Am I live? Yep, I'm alive, I think. Microphone working? Testing 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. I think it's working. The setting says it's working. Back at this again. This wood burning. Was trying to do this heart for C3. I send it down again. I'll find me a. This is only 120 grid. 120. I found it, I think 400. Yeah, I found the 400 grid. It's really smooth. Still, I did this 400 grid. Still, this wood grain pattern interferes. I mean, you could see the you see the wooden that's come through. So this is something. If unless you find the wood like this somehow, where there's no grain whatsoever, this kind of wood is going to have a grain no matter what, and it has to be part of the look, I guess. Uh, Now I'm trying to work with the different kind of what's nib. Trying to work with different kind of nibs, but soldering nibs. This one kind of this is a little more like a looks like my ear picker, but that works. I wish it was a little bigger. I wish I had one of those. But, and then for straight lines, I'll probably stick with this one. Also, because of you burning woods, at first it smells okay, but then kind of yeah, you couldn't. I couldn't do it too long, so it has to be about let's say about an hour stream. Yeah, and another thing I need to do with this is here's the thing. You see this highlighting, the highlighting right there. What I have to do is let me show you my reference here. I need to turn that into black and white photo, and you see this the, the pure white down here highlights. So what's that mean is I have to, instead of doing the outlines, I have to burn these with the clouds and that's, I guess that's landmass down here. Yes, yeah, landmass hidden by different layers of cloud. There's kind of then you got water mass here. I think this is America right here. Florida, this one, West Coast, East Coast right there. I think. Anyway, so this cloud thing is going to be difficult. This is a little, we call that white line right there. Yeah, so I have to. That's why I'll go ahead and dug that in because instead of drawing the outline, I'm trying to draw outside, filling the outsides, and then and use eraser to highlight the lighted areas, like right where the ear is. Yeah, and then bond some of this inside. But yeah, I'm gonna. So what I'm gonna do is today is I'm gonna go over these outlines, especially where there's a white highlight, and see how that turns out. It's a very, very, very learning experience. But anyway, so let's and well, at least the burner doesn't take too long. Hold on. Hey Kenneth, how are you? How are you, Kenneth? Ah, let's see how this is gonna work. Let's see. I'm gonna think I'll do the crypto first. You see this right here? So this is my test board. That. Yeah. Then it does the smears. Anyway, let's try it. Now I gotta be careful in this narrow area where it wants to bump both sides. Oops. Whoa. This is burning really quick. Here it's not burning quick. This is burning really quick on this wood. Yeah, wow, that's a this was my practice wood, but it burns differently with this. By the way, I found me higher grits. This hand grit, hand sander, 220 grits. I found another one. This is for 80, 120, and 180 grits. Yeah, so I could go into a newer area, but boy, hmm, shoot, cool down, man, cool down. I'm afraid I'm in that narrow area. It's not working out well. So I'm gonna take that nib off. I'm gonna get me this nib for that one, narrow one. Start the line first. Doo 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 doo. Cool down with the. I have a little sponge here with the, so you would cool down my thing really quick. All right. At least it cools down quick. You know, this thing cool down really quick. All right. Hard to fit this in there. Yeah, there you go. All right. These nibs are, you gotta do different things with the different nibs. All right. I'm going down the heat a little bit. Maybe let's make a little difference too. Check. Well, there you go. You gotta be very careful. Wow, this wood is burning much faster. Much faster. Much faster. Hello, Brazile. I forgot the name. Sorry. Forgot the name. My brain's not. Sorry. What was the name again? Oh, let's see. Mm, choo, choo. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. This. Gotta get the outside first. Oh, that looks terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and bond that in. I'm gonna go with these with the white uh, later on after I burn everything. So right now it's not gonna look right. I think. Hopefully. I'll hope. I'll hope. I'll hope. I'll hope. Mm, I'll hope. Was it Linda? Hmm. Mm. Whoa, I was too slow on that one. Have to scratch that off. Hmm. To that looks like a more like a rat than a dog. Hi, Christina. How are you? Christina. Uh, hey, Sleepy. How are you, sir? How you doing? Bun, bun. No, they need to make a word with the medicinal words. You know what I mean by medicinal words, right, guys? You burn these woods and you know have that medicinal value. Not yet. Um, uh, if you have time to come up and keep me company, no, maybe next week. You gonna go watch a Fantastic Four? I'd like to convince my wife to go. Maybe take her to that one of those dinner theater. Anybody want to come up and keep me company for about 35, 40 minutes? Let me know. Or just come on up. Oh, gosh. Let me. No. Hold on. Let me see if I can erase some of that stuff. If, there you go. What happened? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do 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 do. So I gotta do the negative area first. Hold on, I'm gonna change the nib out and see if I could get a better spread on the color here. I'm gonna turn this off, cool it down with a little sponge. Change out the nib. Let's see. Cool it down with the sponge again. Oops. No, I dropped something. Oh, there it is. Take that out. It's a little warm. Let me see if I could. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Switching out the nib is a pain in the butt. And you gotta make sure they have a good contact so the heat transfers to the nib. Okay. And then turn back on. I wish there was a kind of visual cue, but I guess come on. A little bit increase temperature. Must not have a good contact because I'm not getting heat. Excuse me. Very slow. This is a slow process. Slow process. How many times you watch? Mm. Hey, Jimmy Lakari, how are you? Haven't seen you around. How are you, sir? Um, Anybody watch a Superman movie besides Sleepy and myself? Why everything has to be kind of I don't want to say it. Mhm. Mhm. Let me see if I could test it here. Let me see. I feel like I still don't have a good contact. Maybe a little bit more heat. Oh no! Oh, is there? Does that happen often? Is there lightning storm? So I'm testing that. You said the random line there. This is actually hard. This is really hard. I want to go back to the other nib. I'm gonna pick up that. Hold on. I'm gonna pick up that nib that I dropped. Maybe I'll try that nib. Where are you, nib? Yeah, cool down this nib. I got a little sponge here. Yeah, cool down the nib. Take that out. You put it. There you go. Take that nib out. I'm gonna put this nib on. See if I could do better. Ooh, you know, nibs cool down really quick. This heating element does not cool down quick, so be careful with that. I'm telling myself this. insert. Okay, it has to really has to be seated in there really good. Then these screw has to be pretty tightened to for the nib to take the transfer the heat from this heating element to this nib, right? And don't drop these guys because they're easy to drop. Put right there. And turn the heat for a little bit. Now this one has a little scoop. I do have a air filter over there. I turned it off for right now, but as soon as I stream, there you go. It's kind of bubbly though still. Let's try it here. This is a little smoother wood. Okay. Wow, that one quick. That little. I better it really depend on what wood you work with is how fast this thing works. So I have to. So this is a bad practice wood for this wood because it doesn't heat. It cools my nib down because this cold wood. This one very soft wood, so it takes on heat really quick. So okay, all right. Let's see if I could get this. Yeah, good. Oh, yeah. This goes really quick. This goes really quick. Yeah. Yeah, this goes really quick. Yeah. How fast you want to do it? How fast you want to draw? Depend on the nib. Depend on the temperature. This is I uh, I underestimated the learning curve for this thing. Sure did. Really underestimated the learning curve for this thing. Underestimated the learning curve. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. Hmm. Well, this is the easiest to. I don't know if I could get that little edging. This is not a very what do you call it? Uh, I have to practice on this word. It's a very it's like using a big thick pen. It's like using a big ink brush rather than a tiny pen. This nib right here is more. I mean, I could control better with this one. I think, but, especially the lines. But filling in, I think this fills in nicely. So this acts like a thicker thicker pen, and this acts like a finer pen, like a. But and then this one gives a little more gradient shadow. But I have to hit the right place. This one. Let me try the gradient shadow again because I need a. I think I'm gonna. Uh, You know what I'm going to try to do is the uh, the alt down here. Once I get the highlight in, once I get the highlight working, I'm gonna send some of these off. Send some of these areas off to give that globe globe look, right? But not now, not now. Right now I'm concerned about filling in. Mm, I need to bund that in a little bit. I dropped that stupid thing again. This right here, I could actually. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and color it red. I'm gonna concentrate on the outline, and then color in the like for instance this this dark area right here. Let me see if I could. Let me see if I could. No, I need to take this out. Let me pick up my nib that I've fallen. I'll go find another nib. For instance, let's try this one. Let's try this one. Hey, Alchemist, how are you? Oh, were you at the K-pop channel today? Yeah, I'll do the. I'll have a Oahu color. So I'm gonna color them in, but I'm gonna see if I could use this nib. Go ahead and cool this down. How are you? Were you on K-pop's channel today, Art? Uh, Let's see. Oh, okay. Never mind. Well, here's a. Yeah, I tried different temperature. This is this one right here. Let me show you. Let's go back to this. It really depends on what wood I'm burning. Like this one, the wood on this one, you had a similar what do you call it? Similar thumbnails, or what do you call it? Icon. Anyway, this one right here heats up really quick, right? You see that how fast it heats up, but this wood right here does not. This one heats up quick. This one does not. So, and this one is a one that heats up quicker. So, um, if I put the let's say I want to shade this area, I could go the you see the shade. So now if I do faster, it's a lighter shade. But if I do slower, I mean it's this. But it really depends on what wood you're burning. Let me try that again. See the now of course if I'm burning on this wood, I want to be lower in temperature. If I want to burn that wood, high in temperature. So a lot of variables that I did not consider. Like for instance, so here, another thing I might have to do is I'm gonna I think I have to change these tools up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and bend it. There you go. Then, okay. Okay. So then I'll come down. Temperature up. Yes. This. Yeah. Let me try. Let me try that again. You see, so if I'm doing this here, oh boy. No. So there's that little. But temperature up, temperature up. Yeah, that's the problem right there. I'm trying to figure out all different nibs. And then I mean then you got eraser. Eraser. Yeah. This is this is gonna be a tough task. That's for sure. I really underestimated the learning curve for this thing. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Every nib is different too, by the way. So hopefully color can cover some of these up, but uh, that's sandpaper time. It's really hard to tell when this thing is ready for heat. Hmm. Yeah, definitely need a. I'm gonna try a different nib again. Trying to find the right nib for right thing. But I have a really good sender, so and taking these guys off is just too easy. Oh, oh, it's 1 hour. I gotta go. Well, um, I'm still learning, guys. It's gonna take a while. uh, I may just do is outline using what's the other name? Oh, I dropped it. Yeah, I may just do like these are may just do outlines, right? Outline these things, and then and use a not Copic marker, but or I got Ohio alcohol marker that I could color them in. It has a little texture to it once you burn it. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and try uh this negative first. See if I could get the what I'm trying to do is once I create the negative, I want to create this highlight, the highlight like that. You know that so that um, so that the highlight on this image right here. Hey, hey, what's up? What's up? Play boo sport. So you see this where the crypto has the highlight on his little part, and the Superman has highlight right there. Yeah, I want to be able to do that like that. So once I get that established by doing the outside and different, yeah, I need to figure out different shades, right? But the another thing about this is that I could yeah, I could do something like that, right? So that that way so I'm reducing the areas that need to be darkened and the yeah, maybe contrast it up. Yeah, yeah, I could lighten it up. So so I so this area right here, that's white, that's white, that's white right there. Yeah, white right there. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time. I'm out.